Hi, my name is Derek Jones and I'm the Creative Director at Light Business Development Group. And today I'd like to spend a few moments talking about a couple of things that are really near and dear to my heart, namely story and design. And more specifically, how I feel story and design are often overlooked, but should be carefully considered components of any long-term business development strategy. And I'd like to talk about those through an example. So the other day, in the mail, I got a couple of takeout menus from a couple of local restaurants. I want you to take a look at these two menus. We'll call this one Menu A from Restaurant A, and this one Menu B from Restaurant B. And think about the expectations that you have about these two restaurants simply by looking at these two menus. Now, it's really easy to decide which one we think is better or which one is more aesthetically pleasing, which one is more beautiful. But instead, try to put those ideas aside and focus on what we think the experience of going to these two restaurants would be from nothing but these two menus. I want to start with Restaurant A and the expectations that I had in looking at the menu. Now, they may be different to yours, and that's great. Everyone has their own expectations. The point is that there are expectations that are created through the designs and through the stories that we tell. And so I want to share a few of mine. So Restaurant A, I would think, would be probably an upscale, established restaurant. Maybe it's a local boutique restaurant or part of a larger chain. I would expect it to be a sit-down restaurant. Probably a place that has good service, the quality of their food is good, or at least good and consistent. I would expect it probably to be a little bit pricier as compared to Restaurant B. And if I went to Restaurant A and I didn't have a good experience of either the food or the service, I would be pretty disappointed because my expectation is pretty high for this restaurant. Now, looking at the menu for Restaurant B, I have much different expectations. For Restaurant B, I would expect this to be cheaper than Restaurant A. I would expect it to be probably a place where there isn't much service. It's probably a takeout, not a dine-in style restaurant. I order at the counter, I receive my food. I would expect the quality of the food to probably be not as high as Restaurant A. It may not be bad food, but I certainly don't have a high expectation for it or for the service that I may be receiving. When we look at these two menus, those are the expectations that are created simply from the design. But I want to rewind a little bit and talk about Restaurant B. Now, I've been to Restaurant B, and their food is really good. They have the second best sandwich in America as voted by a popular magazine here. They serve fresh, local, organic food made by people from the region in the old traditional styles. It's wonderful food. It's not necessarily well represented here in the menu, but my friend told me that same exact story, and it was enough to convince me to go there. And that's the power that story can have even over design, to build expectations in our mind about the type of experience that we think that we're going to have. Story and design are incredible components to any business development and marketing plan. And we really need to carefully consider how powerful they are in creating expectations in the minds of our clients and in the minds of our consumers. In fact, I would say there's no better way to build trust before engaging with a client than through story and through design. It's one of the few ways that you have to engage with them. It's one of the few ways that we have to convey who we are as a company through story and through design. Now, if you'd like to learn more about story and design, I can talk about these all day, and I would love to talk with you more about them. If you're interested, please reach out to me or to us at Light Business Development Group, and we'd be happy to come alongside and work with you to build your story and your design and your brand. Thanks for taking the time today. Look forward to talking with you again in the future.